Hey guys, Lunatic here again, and this is my Templar. I am now level 41, and here is how I continue the build. The first thing you'll probably notice is that I got the static blows passive and this divine toughness circle, and that I continued a bit. But you would probably have expected, if I did what I said I'd do, you'd probably have expected me to already be a little bit further ahead, probably here or even here. And this is because I didn't really find any life gear or any decent life gear, and because of that I was feeling a little bit too squishy, and I still am actually. So what I did was I took this life node, these two, and the other one below, as I mentioned before actually, and this brought me up by about 250 health, which is, you know, it's a decent amount. Like, you can definitely feel it a lot. And I did this because I died to 5 roa charges when under the curse of vulnerability, which I thought was too squishy. I do not want to be in that position, even though this is softcore. I still prefer not to die, obviously. And yeah, if I were to play this on hardcore, or like super not intending to die, I would always prefer life over any other stat, like life and resist over any other stat. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't ever get a ring like this one, for example, that is pure damage except for resist. I would never do that. I would keep my old one, and I would probably also never use something like this that gives low resist, low life, full damage. Something like this as well that, you know, doesn't even give me any significant defensive stats. Or even this. I would trade those for life amulets, for life gear, and that way I should be at around 1600 life, which would be more than enough actually. So Piety was surprisingly easy to kill. I basically face tanked her and waited for my mana to come back. Alternatively, I could have gone through a portal. Yeah, same thing for Merveil, even though that was slightly more complicated because I ran out of mana really quick. So the second stage, I had no mana pots. I don't know, not really much else to say. I am really waiting for how do you say it? Sorry, not being English has this kind of problems. I'm really looking forward to the time where I can swap to a bow, because, you know, being cleave with such a build in the midst of the cruel difficulty is somewhat annoying, which is why I'm actually farming at the moment till I hit a decent level. I was doing like Western on level 40, and it's for level 44, which is, you know, wasn't really ideal. You know, you can die in that place, especially to a Lyra. Which is why I want to, you know, have the security of being at a range. Now, as for build progression from here on, I will go up to the Eldritch Battery, like rush that, because I want to be able to run Purity as soon as I can, and hopefully Grace as well. Let's see if I have 164 energy shield at the moment without real energy shield gear. That would bring me up to around 500 mana, with a decent reduced mana gem, I'd probably be able to run Purity. So that's something to look forward to. And let's see. What else? Yeah, once I get this, I will rush all the way down to this agility node and the fitness circle here, which will, at this point, I'll be probably like 55. Yeah, probably 55. And then get this tree of life nodes, because that way I will be as tanky as I will be for like most of the gameplay into the end game. And yeah, that way that's the point in time where the build is finished in terms of survivability, and where the build starts to be extremely viable. Like Cruel is where you will struggle the most if you struggle. If you are to struggle, it's in Cruel, because you're at the point of the build where you're crossing over to EB, not really getting any life nodes. So Act 3 from Cruel is going to be extremely annoying, especially if you want to play solo. Like you can still do it. Like your damage is so insane that you shouldn't die at all, but it won't be as face rolling as this. Like, I don't even have to think about what I'm doing here. So I do suggest maybe trying to join some parties if you don't have max resists like I have, or close to max, because you probably shouldn't have them actually if you're doing full self-found solo, because Act 3 has intense elemental damage, like huge elemental damage, and without max resists and such a low, like, it's not super low life pool, but you know, it's relatively low to, for example, a Marauder. You might really struggle, especially against Lightning Thorns and that kind of stuff. So I do suggest joining some public parties. I'm still kind of considering when to go down into the mana reservation nodes. I'm not sure of that. I guess the build will tell me when it's ready for that. So yeah, if you're trying this build out, I hope you're having a lot of fun. If you're not trying this build out, I still hope you're having a lot of fun with PoE. And see you guys tomorrow.